Hello. Let's take a look at the weather across Europe at the moment. And things are still fairly unsettled towards the northwest of Europe as a strong jet stream is driving in low pressure from the Atlantic. So blustery, showery conditions across the UK on Friday and weather fronts pushing up across parts of Scandinavia. So some fairly heavy snow through southern parts of Finland, central Sweden, for instance, as well into Norway. A little bit of snow close to the coast. Some showers into France and across the Alps as well, but it will be turning milder. So we could well see some significant snow melt. Still quite unsettled for Turkey, some showers around, but largely dry for Friday across much of Greece, stretching through the central Mediterranean into Spain as well. Best of the sunshine towards the south and the east, a little bit more cloud into coastal parts of Portugal, and quite breezy and unsettled, but reasonably mild for parts of France, the UK, up towards Denmark as well. So no great changes as we head into Saturday. That system bringing all these showers and blustery conditions edging a little bit further east across parts of Poland, Germany, and we'll start to see some showers arriving in central parts of Italy, Croatia as well. The next band of rain pushing in to parts of the UK and into the far northwest of Spain and Portugal. So still fairly unsettled for both London and Paris over the next 5 days. Showery rain at times, turning milder than it has been. I think it mostly dry down towards Madrid. Meanwhile, still fairly cool in Helsinki. Some thunderstorms though likely in Athens on Sunday. Bye-bye. Hello. We've seen some real March warmth holding on across central and eastern parts of the United States and eastern Canada over recent days. But now this active weather front is sweeping in, bringing something a little cooler towards central and eastern areas, and also bringing some really heavy rain that's going to be pushing across parts of southern Texas, the deep south, and stretching up towards the northeast through the course of Friday. There's the threat, particularly to the southern end of that weather system, for some flash flooding, some large hail, potentially isolated tornadoes, although the system not as strong as it will have been on Thursday. Towards parts of Alaska, we're going to be seeing some rain and some snow pushing in, but a little bit further south into British Columbia and for Washington State and Oregon as well, higher pressure is building, so the weather's going to be drying up and warming up here. Still unsettled further south, though. We've still got those brisk winds across parts of California into the southern Rockies. Could be some snow showers for parts of Sierra Nevada and unsettled for the desert southwest. But then things are going to be improving as we head through towards the weekend, and temperatures for many in the west are going to be on the rise. Largely dry across much of the Great Lakes, I think, for Friday at least, but those showers are going to be pushing their way in towards the northeast. Not particularly heavy, still mild in New York, 67 Fahrenheit there, but further south we could see some more intense rain down towards Georgia, into the deep south. Much of Florida still looking relatively dry, especially down towards Miami. New York, though, turns cooler but drier into Saturday. Bye-bye. Hello there. We've seen some heavy rain across central parts of South America, particularly affecting parts of Argentina. Buenos Aires saw some flooding over the past couple of days. That area of heavy rain sticking with us at the moment. You can see the cloud that's been developing on the satellite image. It's a front that's moving its way northward, so an improvement in the weather for Buenos Aires. But that heavy rain pushing across parts of Uruguay, southern Brazil into Paraguay as well. So it could be potential for some further flooding impacts here. Meanwhile, still very hot to the north of that for much of Paraguay and southern Brazil. Heavier rain, though, further north, developing across the Amazon rainforest, the Amazon Delta as well. Some scattered heavy showers into central parts of Brazil. Looking drier towards Rio de Janeiro, back into the heavy rain. And then the weather's generally fairly settled for central Argentina, central Chile, where temperatures are still above average. The outlook for Bogota is a fairly showery one over the next 5 days or so. Rio de Janeiro should stay dry. Most of the thunderstorms will be a little bit further south. We'll see some heavy showers in far north of Mexico, even a little bit of snow over the mountains in the north. At the moment, Mexico City still looking dry and settled. The potential for a bit more rain into next week. Some scattered showers for Costa Rica and for Panama as well. Much of the Caribbean looking relatively settled. Few showers out towards the Lesser Antilles at the moment. Things are looking dry for Mexico City for the next few days, but more of a chance of some useful, much needed rainfall developing into the middle of next week. Hello. Tropical Storm Filippo brought heavy rain to southern Mozambique earlier on in the week, and we also saw some downpours across Eswatini and parts of South Africa. Now that system is clearing away, so we've lost the impact of the tropical storm, but we'll still see some heavy showers developing, especially around northeastern parts of South Africa into the far south of Mozambique as well. And some heavy showers further north, stretching from Tanzania towards Angola. But really for much of Africa, temperatures are fairly well above average. So some really hot weather anywhere from South Africa right up towards the likes of Egypt as well, although cooler conditions will develop for Egypt into the Sahara into next week. So Cape Town, warm and dry, temperatures up to around 30 degrees as we head through the next 4 or 5 days or so. It is turning that little bit cooler in Cairo, especially for Monday and Tuesday, with the arrival of some showery rain. Meanwhile, it stays hot and dry for Marrakesh. Now let's look across the Middle East because things are fairly showery at the moment. We've got some showers across Turkey and the Caucasus pushing in towards Syria, and also a few scattered showers for central parts of Saudi Arabia across the Gulf. Could affect the UAE and across towards Iran as well. They should be easing away, but we will see more frequent showers moving in from the north as we head through next week. So many areas staying fine and settled. Lots of sunshine for Muscat, but some showers for Beirut on and off over the next 5 days. Bye-bye. Hello, let's take a look at the weather across South Asia and Central Asia. And we did see a westerly disturbance that brought some showers. You can see on the satellite image still a bit of cloud that's been pushing across parts of the Himalayas, northern parts of India, out towards parts of Bhutan as well. But that's now easing away gradually towards the east. So many places are staying dry for the next couple of days. A lot of India sees temperatures pretty much average, but it's going to turn a little bit warmer, I think, as we head through the weekend into next week. 1 or 2 isolated showers in the forecast, perhaps the far south of India, southern parts of Sri Lanka. We could catch a light isolated one for the Maldives, but for the majority it is looking dry and settled. Heading our way into Central Asia though, temperatures still a little below average at the moment on Friday. Still quite cloudy across parts of Kazakhstan, more sunshine further south, but for areas like Turkmenistan towards Pakistan, actually the temperatures are going to be on the rise through the weekend and into next week. Lots of sunshine down the west coast of India, a little bit breezy near the coast. Mali at around about 33 degrees, just that outside chance of 1 or 2 light showers in the far south of Sri Lanka, and you could catch 1 or 2 across parts of West Bengal, southern Bangladesh, more extensive showers up towards Assam and Bhutan and eastern parts of Nepal. But for most of our major cities, things are looking dry, turning hotter in Mumbai up to around 37 degrees as we head through into next week. Could catch an isolated shower in Nagpur on Tuesday, should be dry though in Colombo. Bye-bye. Hello. We've seen some heavy rain recently across the far north of Australia and particularly for Indonesia. There was flooding in Sumatra earlier in the week. We've still got a lot of cloud across this region producing some heavy rain. We'll look at that in more detail in a moment. But we start off further north and we'll see a few wintry showers arriving across northern parts of Hokkaido through Friday and into the weekend as well. But Honshu down towards Kyushu looking fine and settled with some sunshine at the moment. Tokyo 17 degrees and relatively warm and dry for the Korean peninsula into eastern parts of China. But as we head further south into China, this area of cloud will bring a few showers and it's slightly cooler than it has been towards Hong Kong. Now head further south and still some heavy downpours across parts of Borneo towards Java as well. This is the outlook for the next 5 days or so, and you can see those temperatures are going to be on the rise in Tokyo. Lots of sunshine there. Sunny for Beijing, but turning a little bit cooler over the next 5 days. There's the potential in Australia for a couple of cyclones to form, potentially one close to the Gulf of Carpentaria there, and potentially one also near the coast of Pilbara. Further south, then most places looking fairly dry and settled. We've still got some hot weather though heading across South Australia towards Victoria. A few showers though towards Sydney and Brisbane. But for New Zealand by Saturday, most of the rain will be easing away, the weather improving there. So for Sydney then, relatively cool and showery over the next few days, but things drying up in Auckland. Bye-bye.